My Rode mic is always like in some sort of state of like disarray, man. It sucks. So aggravated by it, but yeah, I'm back with another video. Welcome back to the channel. If you're not subscribed, then simply welcome to the channel. Man, I'm not getting a lot of engagement with my long form stuff. I don't know if it's just the thumbnail that's not hitting, but let me know why there's not more engagement on my long form. Point out some problems so I can fix them. But I'm gonna keep chugging along. I'm not gonna give up because I was doing all right for a while. So that being said, I'm back with another Buck Mason piece. The Buck Mason videos do pretty all right, so here's yet another piece. And I do actually buy from Buck Mason because I like them. They actually are pretty good products. This is definitely along the lines of one of the better products I've got from Buck Mason. And I have no clue of the weight of the sweater, so I can't give you a full review, but it's heavy. It's like it's like 2.5, 3 field spec tees in weight. And that's like a 310 GSMT, but it's a pretty decently heavy knit sweater based off of a 1940s fit, which is a timeless classic Americana fit. I personally like it. It's great to layer with and definitely keeps you warm. Now, why does it keep you so warm? Because it's made of merino wool. One thing about wool, a lot of people used to complain about is like how itchy it is, but merino wool is some of the softest wool. But it's also got a tad bit extra smoothness. This tiny little 5% here is cashmere, of course. Now, cashmere is super soft in and of itself and works kind of similar to wool as far as heat regulation. One of the things is like you kind of have to like move around, but once you start moving around and generating body heat, that wool traps it in and it's like super nice. And also it's kind of water resistant too. Don't go splash around in a puddle in the sweater because it's not waterproof, but also it's kind of expensive, so yeah, whatever. Now, one thing I do want to touch on is like the colorway for this stuff. Buck Mason's really crazy like about doing like in between colors. Like the lizard lounge shirt I showed you guys, it was like brownish but also greenish, and this is like I bought it to be brown, like a chocolate color, but it's also like reddish maroonish. Strange, but it does work with brown clothing, works with black. I personally like it. A lot of the things that I get from Buck Mason are in that in-between colorway, but it tends to still be neutral, and so you can pretty much wear it with everything. Now, I'm not an expert on like knitwear, but I would say that I am pretty good at identifying when things are constructed well, and I'm looking at the way it's constructed. A lot of tight knitting, honestly, so pretty good quality piece, but it is going to be along the lines of the more expensive pieces. I think it's going to like $280, something like that, but after tax I think it was like $300. So not necessarily the cheapest, but also not necessarily the most expensive for like merino wool and cashmere. The way it fits, like the hemline looks like a little bit shorter, but it's not cropped. It's just sort of like raised up. Like the hemline is a good bit of the length. You can see how like long that bottom section is, where that like ribbing is, and that's the bottom of the sweater. Again, it doesn't look cropped, but it does look like it's got like a higher rise, but it doesn't fit crazy. It kind of fits like something from like a military submarine uniform or something like that, or like maybe like an aviator sweater. A lot of stuff from Buck Mason is based off like the past, like Americana, and a lot of Americana stuff is based off of military clothing. As a matter of fact, a lot of things that we consider menswear is based off of military clothing, so I wouldn't be surprised if that was the exact reference piece. Buck Mason does just kind of like recreate some vintage pieces and then like touch it up a little bit, like make it a little bit more modern, so not exactly the full Japanese like recreation sort of thing. Super casual, but also you can dress it up, and that's what I like about Buck Mason is like you can kind of go in between casual and dressed up. I've been spamming that lately. Final thing I want to say is definitely try to go in store and put these things on. The sizing with Buck Mason isn't off, it's pretty true to size. However, a lot of these things are based off of like very old designs, and so for that exact reason alone, I would say that your body type is more modern. You know, people were thinner back then. You know, more of the country was Caucasian, like of European descent, and today we have a lot more of a melting pot. The numbers of different types of people is going up, right? We're more diverse. We have different diets. We have a lot, you know, a lot of stuff is different. So you might not fit into the ideal or more normalized body type from the 50s or 60s. Just do a little bit of research and go in with your measurements preferably and just try some stuff on. It's kind of standard fitting, but there's a little bit of a nuance to it. But with that being said, honestly, thank you guys for watching the video, and I'll hit you with another one soon. Thank you.